few years ago, I attended an investment and finance conference in the United States. It was an event that attracted some of the brightest minds in the industry, including none other than Bill Gates himself. During the Q&A session, I decided to take my shot at asking him a question. I stood up, nervous yet excited, and asked, "Mr. Gates, as the richest man in the world, would you accept your daughter marrying a poor or modest man?" The room erupted in laughter at the seemingly lighthearted and audacious question. But Bill Gates, with his characteristic calm and wisdom, turned his response into an unforgettable lesson that stayed with me. He began with a smile and said, "First, let me clarify something. Wealth isn't about having a busy bank account. Wealth is, foremost, the ability to create riches." He elaborated, giving an example that immediately shifted my perspective. Take someone who wins the lottery or a big game of chance. Even if they suddenly make $100 million, they are not truly rich. They are, in fact, poor people with a lot of money. That's why 90% of lottery winners end up broke within 5 years. On the other hand, you have entrepreneurs, people who might not have much money initially but are on the road to wealth. Why? Because they are developing their financial intelligence. That, he said with emphasis, is real wealth. Then, he broke it down further. The difference between the rich and the poor lies in their mindset. To make it simple, he continued, the rich are willing to make sacrifices and endure struggles to become truly rich. The poor, on the other hand, might resort to desperate measures, even harm, to gain wealth. If you see a young person constantly learning, improving, and seeking new opportunities, that is a rich person, regardless of their bank balance. Conversely, if you see someone blaming the government, envying the wealthy, or constantly criticizing without seeking solutions, that is a poor person. The rich, he explained, are convinced that with the right knowledge and training they can succeed. The poor often believe someone else needs to give them money to succeed. Then came his conclusion, and it was profound. When I say my daughter won't marry a poor man, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about a man's mindset, his ability to create wealth, his potential to build a future. Excuse me for being blunt, but many criminals come from a poor mindset. When they encounter money, they lose control because they've never developed the capacity to generate wealth themselves. That's why they resort to stealing or worse. He shared a powerful story to illustrate his point. Once, a bank security guard found a bag full of money. Instead of taking it for himself, he handed it over to the bank manager. People called him a fool, but in truth, he was a rich man without money. His integrity and mindset set him apart. A year later, the bank offered him a position as a receptionist. 3 years after that, he was promoted to customer relations, and 10 years later, he was managing the bank's regional operations with hundreds of employees under him. His annual bonuses alone exceeded the money he had found in that bag. Gates leaned forward, his words etched in my mind forever. Wealth, my friend, is first and foremost a state of mind. The room was silent as his words settled over us, the weight of their truth, impossible to ignore. And from that day forward, I carried that lesson with me. Not just about wealth, but about the importance of building a mindset capable of creating it.